Breaking news is hitting every major news outlet right now. And if you haven't heard about this massive announcement from the White House, you're going to want to pay very close attention to what I'm about to tell you. The federal government has just confirmed that millions of Americans will be receiving direct deposits of $1,596 between May 28th and June 5th. And there's a very good chance that you could be one of them. But here's the thing that most people don't realize. You might need to take action to claim yours, and the window to do so is closing faster than you think. If this information could potentially put money directly into your bank account, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications so you never miss important updates like this that could impact your financial situation. The White House made this announcement during a press briefing that most mainstream media outlets barely covered, which means millions of eligible Americans might miss out on money that's rightfully theirs. This isn't some complicated government program with endless red tape and bureaucratic nonsense that takes months to process. This is a direct deposit system that's designed to get money into the hands of qualifying individuals and families as quickly as possible. The timing of this announcement is particularly significant because it comes at a moment when many American families are still struggling with the lingering effects of economic uncertainty. Have you noticed how grocery prices seem to keep climbing every time you go to the store? Have you felt the pinch of higher housing costs? Whether you're renting or paying a mortgage, the administration clearly recognizes that working families need relief right now, not 6 months from now or after another lengthy legislative battle. What makes this program different from previous relief efforts is the streamlined approach they're taking to get these payments out. Instead of waiting for Congress to debate and negotiate for weeks or months, the White House has found a way to use existing authority and funding mechanisms to deliver this assistance. The $1,396 amount isn't random. It's been calculated based on specific economic data and cost of living factors that affect millions of households across the country. The eligibility requirements are broader than many people might expect, but there are some specific criteria you need to meet. The program is primarily targeted at working individuals and families who fall within certain income brackets, but it's not just limited to those who received previous stimulus payments or economic impact payments. Some people who weren't eligible for earlier programs might actually qualify for this one, and some who received previous payments might not qualify this time around. Here's where things get interesting and why you need to pay attention to every detail I'm about to share. The income thresholds for this program are structured differently than what we've seen before. Single filers who earned up to $75,000 in their most recent tax filing are eligible for the full amount. But there's also a phase-out structure that allows people earning up to $99,000 to receive partial payments. For married couples filing jointly, the threshold jumps to $150,000 for the full payment with partial payments available for couples earning up to $198,000, but income isn't the only factor they're considering. The program also takes into account your current employment status, whether you've experienced any significant changes in your financial situation over the past year, and whether you're supporting dependents. Parents and guardians who are caring for children under May 18th be eligible for additional amounts on top of the base $1,596, which could push some families' total payments significantly higher. The reason these payments are being distributed between May 28th and June 5th has to do with the complex logistics of processing millions of payments simultaneously, while ensuring that each payment goes to the right person at the right bank account. The Treasury Department has learned from previous payment distributions and has implemented new security measures to prevent fraud while speeding up the delivery process. If you received previous direct payments from the government, there's a good chance your payment will be automatically deposited into the same account you used before. However, and this is crucial, if your banking information has changed, if you've moved, or if there were any issues with your previous payments, you might need to update your information or take additional steps to claim your payment. The government has set up a dedicated portal where eligible individuals can check their payment status, update their banking information, and resolve any issues that might prevent them from receiving their payment. This portal is expected to go live within the next few days, and it's going to be absolutely essential for anyone who wants to make sure they receive their payment on time. What's particularly important to understand is that unlike some previous programs where payments were automatically sent to everyone who qualified, this program requires a bit more active participation from recipients. You can't just sit back and wait for money to appear in your account. You need to verify your eligibility, confirm your banking information, and make sure there are no red flags in your file that could delay or prevent your payment. The verification process is designed to be as simple as possible, but it does require you to provide some basic information about your current financial situation. This includes confirming your current address, your employment status, your most recent tax filing information, and your current banking details. The entire process should take most people less than 10 minutes to complete, but those 10 minutes could be the difference between receiving $1,296 and missing out entirely. One thing that's causing confusion among eligible recipients is the difference between this program and other government assistance programs that might be running simultaneously. This $1,596 payment is completely separate from unemployment benefits, Social Security payments, veteran benefits, or any state-level assistance programs. You can receive this payment even if you're already receiving other forms of government assistance, and receiving this payment won't affect your eligibility for other programs. The funding for these payments comes from a combination of sources, including unallocated funds from previous relief packages and newly identified budgetary allocations that don't require additional congressional approval. This is why the administration was able to move so quickly on this program without getting bogged down in the usual political negotiations that can delay relief efforts for months. Security is obviously a major concern whenever the government is distributing large amounts of money to millions of people. The Treasury Department has implemented multiple layers of fraud prevention, including enhanced identity verification, cross-referencing with multiple government databases, and real-time monitoring of payment distributions. They've also warned that scammers will undoubtedly try to take advantage of this program. So, it's crucial that you only use official government websites and never provide your personal information to anyone who contacts you claiming to be from the government. The economic impact of putting nearly $1,600 into the hands of millions of Americans is expected to be substantial. Economic analysts are predicting that this injection of cash will provide a significant boost to consumer spending, which could help stimulate broader economic growth. For individual recipients, this money could mean the difference between being able to pay rent on time, keeping up with car payments, or having enough money to cover unexpected medical expenses. For families with children, this payment comes at a particularly crucial time as parents are preparing for back-to-school expenses and summer activities. The timing also coincides with when many families are making decisions about summer childcare, family vacations, or home improvement projects that they might have been putting off due to financial constraints. The application and verification process is expected to be much more user-friendly than previous government programs. The website has been designed to work seamlessly on both computers and mobile devices, and there are multiple language options available for non-English speakers. The government has also set up dedicated phone lines for people who need assistance with the online process or who don't have reliable internet access. If you're eligible for this payment but don't receive it during the initial distribution period, don't panic. There will be additional distribution dates throughout the summer for people who encounter delays or who need to resolve issues with their applications. However, the earlier you complete your verification process, the more likely you are to receive your payment during that first wave between May 28th and June 5th. The key takeaway here is that time is absolutely critical. The government has made it clear that while they want to get this money to as many eligible people as possible, they also need to maintain strict security protocols and prevent fraud. This means that if you wait too long to verify your information, or if there are any issues with your application, you could end up waiting weeks or even months for your payment. Don't let this opportunity slip by. If you think there's even a chance you might be eligible for this $596 payment, you need to start the verification process as soon as the portal goes live. Check your email regularly for updates from the Treasury Department. Bookmark the official website and make sure your banking information is current and accurate. The documentation you'll need to have ready when the portal opens includes your Social Security number, your most recent tax return information, current bank account details, and proof of your current address. Having these documents organized and easily accessible will help you complete the verification process quickly and avoid any delays that could push your payment to a later distribution date. What many people don't realize is that the government has learned valuable lessons from previous payment distribution challenges. Remember the technical difficulties and website crashes that plagued earlier stimulus payment portals. The Treasury Department has invested heavily in upgrading their systems and has conducted extensive testing to ensure that the portal can handle millions of users simultaneously without crashing or experiencing significant slowdowns. There's also an important distinction to make about how these payments will appear in your bank account. Unlike regular government payments that might show up with generic descriptions, these 1,596 large deposits will have specific identifying information that makes it clear this is your direct payment from this program. This helps prevent confusion and also serves as an additional security measure to help you verify that you've received a legitimate payment. The ripple effects of this program extend far beyond just the immediate recipients. Local businesses, especially small retailers and service providers, are likely to see increased customer activity as people spend their payments on necessities and services they've been putting off. This injection of consumer spending power could help support job creation and economic stability in communities across the country. For people who are currently behind on bills or facing financial hardship, this payment could provide a crucial bridge that helps them get back on stable financial footing. The amount of $1,596 is significant enough to cover a month's rent for many Americans, catch up on utility bills, or address urgent car repairs that have been delaying people from getting to work reliably. This could be one of the most significant direct payment programs we see this year. And for millions of American families, it could provide exactly the kind of financial relief they need right now. The next few days are going to be crucial for anyone who wants to make sure they don't miss out on money that could make a real difference in their lives. The window of opportunity is opening soon, and being prepared with the right information and documentation could be the key to ensuring you receive your payment as quickly as possible.